Yeah, welcome back to okay, welcome back to Reframe Myself podcast. My name is Concept Looks and this episode is ah it's loans because you're reaching that stage right now where eventually loans is becoming normal. Like right now, gladly I receive back my credit card, so I'm back in business again with the credit card. And that's the thing, once you work for it, you get it. Then you're basically in the system. So you just basically can replace it and stuff. So, but the thing about it that actually it costs money and all these things. And is you don't want to actually lose. That's the thing. You don't want that to make that's a norm. But it's just one of those things. Just one of those things. But gladly we got it. But if you know credit card is just basically a loan, but there are very many types of loan, and one of the things that I realized that if you're going on this journey, eventually you're going to use many loans. That's what I realized. They can't get away from it. You just have to just try to use best loans to and not to be in debt. And that's the thing, It is as long as you're not in debt, try to stay away from the debt, then the loans is fine, as long as you can pay it back because the interest, like for example, credit card interest is a lot if you can't pay it back. So you have to use it very smart. Now that I get by the credit card, I'm going to try to use it as smartly as possible. As smartly as possible. But also, you have all kind of different but loans I'm talking about now. Ideally, in my ideal or what's the best loan is to start from. If you try to get to the road to riches is a family loan, one where you just take assistance from the family. Because I think that's the safest loan to do. The safest one to do, and the best one to do for the family's future and your future as well. I think about it is that if it works out, the family gets richer. You know, families gets richer. But if the loss is if it's a loss, it's something that if they give you the loan, it's something that they could assume. They will actually give you knowing that okay, you might not get it back. That's like home if you have a child, you send them to school and all those stuff. You're spending money hoping that in the future you might recoup something. You don't know. You don't know. But that's the thing. Just like you invest in their future. It makes sense for you to invest in a better future than not doing that because once they're in the world, they're going to grow up to be somebody. Might as well become somebody productive who can help you back. So with a loan as well, you would the family loan. Ideally, they would know that okay, I can loan this amount, but know that you can't don't expect. But if we actually get it back, the person, the family is in a better position. The individual in the family is in a better position again, and the family gets richer. So that's one of the so ideally, going through getting this work, and that's what I realized that the family loan is the safest so far. It keeps you in the safe ground. And that's the thing about all this stuff, breaking out cycles of poverty and all those stuff. Have to ability to first get rid of all the debts as possible and then do make small decisions and then from those small decisions just compound and then you're in a position now where the family can do stuff like this where they can basically loan you money when you get a job and the job is so far away takes a long time to actually secure the position and then the family can in a position where they can actually do that then you can say okay. But if you didn't take the time to get all that debt and all those stuff, you couldn't do that. You'd have to just basically go back to a job that can get easier, minimum wage job and all this stuff. But if you actually just focus and get all the things right first, get the family things right first, then a move like this is possible. And think about it that move like this is possible and better because ideally, this job is really backbreaking, but it doesn't have to be this job. But the thing about it is that this job is way above minimum wage, way above minimum wage. Is somewhat a little, and it has an aspect of it as well, a good part of the aspect of as well. If I upgrade to that part, this backbreaking part would be basically kind of less. But the thing about it is that if I did not have that security, that would not be possible. That would not be possible. So it's just that, yeah. But the thing about it is that even if you don't have that security, it makes sense to actually build up that security first. Then you actually can take a risk like this. Because if the risk fails, you're back to the level, not a bad level. That's the thing. You have to lower the level of risk. When you take a different risk now, let's go back to a different level. The level that if I actually just go and lose this job, I'm back to the level where boom, 30 year home ownership and just unemployed but have more um work experience. That is not a bad position. That's not a bad position. I know can drive and all those stuff. So it's like, it's a way better position now to fall back on than actually being a person like, minimum wage based. It's a no better position now. So that's it. That's it. That's basically this episode here. I would say like, family loan. Breaking out the cycle so you can basically boom with the family or yourself can just have money saved up. And then to where a family member also can take a risk. And then when the risk pays off, if it does pays off, the family gets richer. But if it doesn't, it's not a loss. It just basically go back to the reverted level that you were before. But it's just that you have more knowledge now going into the future. And the thing about it that with that risk now, what I'm doing now, I'm in a better position now where for the first time I actually can save. That I have the goal in a 27-year goal to actually save 6 months income. It's actually possible this year. That it's actually possible this year. Will it happen? I don't know, but that's the thing. If all those things were sorted out, that 6 months goal income will not be possible. And the thing about it is that the 6 month income goal is just one part of it. But the thing about it is that when I actually reach that 6 month income um thresh- threshold, and it's gonna able to just chill like that. We have a 6 months. Not only I have that, I have so many skills upon that. I'm basically so marketable, bro. It's just that's the thing. But the thing about it is that if I did sort out that before, I would not be in this position. But that's the thing, yeah, yeah. So that's basically for this episode where I say, family loan is the best, will be the best loan to start from. And but even though I tell you, it's not something that you can just basically go ask your family. If you're a person that basically bad and paying back loan, it does. Why would a family? The family loan would not be no different than a bank and stuff like that. So it's like if a bad history of not paying back the stuff, it's like the family will be like, okay, they know that you're not gonna get it back. So it's like, it's that thing. So before you actually want to do the family loan, you have to actually build a reputation with yourself of actually paying back stuff. Not start easy, and then boom, eventually you can reach a point where boom, you can be trusted with stuff. And then when you just take your time being trusted and the trust is fulfilled, then you're trusted with bigger stuff, and then boom, eventually you reach my stage where you're basically a 3rd-year homeowner and all those stuff with a secure job. Uh-huh. And that's basically for this year, for this episode. Yeah. So thanks for listening. I look forward for the next episode.